Before I start, let me apologise for my pronunciation in this video. There's a lot of Vietnamese names and I'm no doubt going to butcher them all. Anyway, with that out of the way, let me ask you, how far would you go to avenge your slain father? If you were to go as far as Vietnamese pilot Nguyen Thanh Trung, that's extremely far. Born with the name Nguyen Thanh Trung in 1947, Trung's family lived in what became South Vietnam after the French left Indochina in 1954. His father had been in the Viet Minh, fighting the French, and with their withdrawal became involved with the Communist forces fighting against the South Vietnamese government. In 1963, South Vietnamese security forces executed Trung Sr., throwing his body in the river. Trung had to flee and change his name to avoid a similar fate. His quest for vengeance began then, though it would be 12 years in the making. In his case, vengeance truly was a dish best served cold. Joining the Vietcong himself, Trung was directed to join the South Vietnamese Air Force so that he could spy on them and provide information to the communists. Trung was sent to the United States in 1969 to be trained by the United States Air Force itself. He spent several years there, receiving advanced pilot training, learning to fly the A-37 ground attacker, and the most advanced fighter that the Americans supplied to the South Vietnamese, the F-5E Tiger. Returning to Vietnam in 1972, Trung planned his vengeance. However, security was tight, and it would be 3 years before Trung got his chance. Then, on 8th of April 1975, his opportunity came. Scheduled to fly a bombing mission in an F-5, Trung signalled to his wingmen that he was going to have to abort for an electrical problem. He then flew over the President's Palace in Saigon and dropped 2 bombs on it, as well as shooting up an important fuel dump with his 20mm cannon. Trung managed to land his aircraft in territory controlled by the advancing Northern forces, and 3 weeks later led a force of A-37s in an attack on Tan Son Nhat International Airport, which was engaged in evacuating Americans from South Vietnam as the country collapsed. After the war, Trung continued to fly American jets for the Vietnamese Air Force, before transitioning to flying airliners of Vietnam Airlines, and, ironically, continuing to fly American-made jets. He was one of the first Vietnamese to fly a Boeing 767, and also went on to become a trainer for the airline's Boeing's 777s when they entered service, which required him to return to the United States for training many times. Now retired, Trung's sons have followed in their father's footsteps, and are pilots for Vietnam Airlines. If you found this video interesting, check out the other one I've made about Vietnamese military's use of the vast haul of American equipment they captured after the war, and how a lot of it is still in use today. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video and in the description. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.